there everybody, Adam Ironside again here for dirtboxdotnet and dirtboxtv. And today we're going to do another pedal demonstration, another pedal review of sorts. And we are dealing with one of my absolutely favourite pedals. I know it seems a bit of a cliche on my behalf now, I seem to say that on nearly every video I do. But this really is one of my favourite pedals, and of my favourite sort, which if you don't know me, my favourite sort of pedal is Overdrive. I just love experimenting with Overdrives. The Valvette Custom Drive. Now the Valvette Custom Drive is, among the world, kind of really unknown. There's only around 50 or so in existence actually out there. And mine here is number 26. Few people have compared it to a Hamida Audio Zen Drive, but really I think it's a little bit different. I think it's perhaps even smoother than a Zen Drive. It's certainly more low gain. This is a very low gain overdrive. You can't really use this as your main source of overdrive. It's just not going to work, as I'll show you into a clean channel. But what you can use it for exceptionally is a lead boost on top of an already dirty amp, or in front of another overdrive or a distortion pedal of some kind. It just works brilliantly. So it's really simple, true bypass as you'd expect. Great construction. We have a gain knob, like I say, it's very low gain pedal. Volume, quite a lot of volume on tap. A tone knob, which is actually really usable. It takes you everywhere from warm, smooth and rich to very bright in the upper regions, very bright indeed. And as well as that, there's a bright switch. But what I've found is really useful with the bright switch is I tend to have the tone rolled almost all the way down a lot of the time on my pedals. It's just the way I like it. But sometimes live you'll get into a bit of a sticky situation where your solos aren't being heard. So instead of fiddling on with the tone knob, I just flick that switch up. And I've done it a few times and it really helps your solos bite through the mix. Now you can get ridiculous levels of top end by boosting the tone all the way up and knocking the switch up. Without having actually spoke to Valvette about it, I think that's what the bright switch could perhaps have been implemented for. For people like me who like to use a lower tone setting, find themselves in a sticky situation where they're not being heard over the mix or whatever, just knock that bright switch up and the problem will go away. There's a lot to get through with this pedal. Let's get started. Here's what it sounds like. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention in that little introductory video, the custom drive can be run at 9 volts or at 18 volts. At 18 volts you get a little higher headroom. It still compresses very nicely, but not quite as easily perhaps. So for the purposes of this video, we'll be running it at 9 volts, which is my preferred setting. But in the future, perhaps we'll do an 18 volt one. As usual, using Kettner Statesman 1x12 quad EL84 version. It sounds something like this. With a splash of the natural spring reverb in there. What I'm going to do, because this isn't really designed to be a kind of amp channel in a box, crank the gain on the full and the rest of the knobs at noon with the bright switch in the off position, and just show you how low gain this is even at a high gain setting. Okay, so like I said, very low gain. It does work for that kind of bluesy, well, modern bluesy, quasi dumble amp kind of sound. It's definitely got that available, especially, actually, I'll quickly show you. If you roll that tone knob off. Like I said, not really what it's designed for. What it does excellently in my opinion is over an already dirty channel, not even adding a lot of gain, just a little bit of gain for some sustain, boosting the volume a little bit and the tone to taste, and it really softens up a lead sound, but without losing the dynamics. It's a really difficult thing to get right. That a lot of the time if you want that smooth singing tone, you suffer a loss of dynamics. Not with this. Okay, so here's a dirty amp sound. And with knobs at noon and bright switch off. silliness, I'll show you how much gain this thing has. Oh, hello. So quite a bit when it's on top of an already dirty amp or pushing another pedal. Here's a nice sound with the tone and gain knobs in the 9 o'clock position and the volume almost all the way up. Off. On. A really great, slightly dirty, slightly hairy booster. I'll show you what my favourite setting actually is. So it's with the tone rolled almost all the way off. The gain setting at around about 11 o'clock and the volume at around about 1. And you get that dirty boost sound, but just slightly more of it. Had a little bit of delay in, courtesy of the TC Electronics Nova repeater, for what is pretty much one of my staple lead tones. And now I'm going to roll the tone all the way up on my favourite setting and just show you what that sounds like. So he's with the tone down and up. For a bit of silliness, I'll knock the bright switch up with the tone all the way up and let's see how much treble it can get. So a little bit over the top, but no, still probably quite usable. And there you have it guys, the Valvette Custom Drive, one of my absolutely favourite pedals that I've ever had the privilege to play. It's just so incredibly versatile. And I'm pleased to say that dirtbox.net is actually an official retailer, official distributor for the UK and EU with Valvette Custom Drives. Very rarely get any in stock because they're made in such small quantities. Like I say, only 50 in existence so far. Okay guys, until next time, this has been Adam Ironside for Dirtbox TV and dirtbox.net. Take it easy.